Hi there, Jeffrey Rhodes from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, and Sheri and Richerson.com. We are getting ready to tap our maple trees. I wanted to say we did receive these items for free in exchange for our honest opinions. All opinions are our own. We are tapping a little earlier than normal. We normally tap around, on February 1st. We are close to February 1st. We're a couple days early. Partially because it's the weekend and we have a little bit more time. And partially because we were looking at the Sap Tap app. And it was showing that the sap was already starting to flow, and so we decided we wanted to get a little bit of a jump on things. So we have 3 trees that we are going to tap. We are going to put 2 taps into this tree because it is big enough. It needs to be at least 20 inches in diameter to do more than 1 tap. You don't want to tap a tree that is 12 inches in diameter or less. And you don't want to put more than 1 tap in one that is less than 20 inches in diameter. So this one's good. We can put 2 taps in without harming the tree. I have my drill already set up. This is a 7/16 drill bit. I actually have this one marked. I used a Sharpie and marked. I've got 2 marks, one at 2 inches and one at 3 inches on here. Yeah, I know they're kind of hard to see, but they're there because you want to drill into the tree around 2 to 2.5 inches. So I do not want to go all the way to the 3-inch mark on here, but because of the bark, sometimes the way the bark is, depending on where you're tapping, that 3-inch mark gives me a better idea of actually getting the depth that I want. You want to go about 3 feet up from the ground, and then drill at a slight angle upward. That way the sap can flow out of the spiles, out of the taps. So, let's see. And if you see, this wood is a light coloration. If it were dark in color, either you're not deep enough or you're at a bad spot. You want to move your tap to a slightly different location and try again, because the dark coloration says that you're not into the actual sap part of the tree. So now it is a little cold out here. Okay, this is the hanger, this is the actual spile. What we want to do is we put the hanger on here, and the bucket is going to hang right here on here, and we are going to insert this into our hole. And then we are going to use a hammer, and we are going to gently tap You don't want to hit it too hard. You don't want to drive it in too far, because you don't want to split the wood and hurt the tree. Okay, so there's our first spile and hanger. Now, have buckets that are specially set up. Okay. There's a pin here. Take the pin out, and these holes here are designed so that you can put this through the hole, and now your bucket or your lid stays in place. And then our bucket has a hole that goes on the hook there and hangs in place. Now, as you can see, it kind of hangs a little loose. And since we deal with winds, what we're going to do, we have twine. This comes off of our hay bales, so it's free. And what we will do is we tie our bucket to the tree. Oh, hands are getting cold. I didn't think it was all that cold out here until I got out here. And it's okay.
Here.
So, sorry, just trying to get the twine adjusted where I want it. And we're just going to tie it on here. Doesn't have to be real tight. It's mainly just a supporting, and every time we come out to empty the bucket, we're going to have to untie it to take the bucket off. But at least this way. And
Getting anything?
no,
No.
I'm not seeing anything yet off of this
Okay.
one.
It's
but-
probably too cold.
Yeah, it may be just a little too cold. I know last year when we got started, we had a couple of taps where as soon as I drilled the hole, we actually were getting sap coming out of the hole. The flow was just real fast, real good. But like I said, we are going to put 2 taps in this tree. I'm just trying to warm it up just a little bit. Now this one we did tap last year, like I said. So we do have a couple of spots in the tree from last year. This is one of the locations last year. So you don't want to do within 6 inches, like I said, because you will damage or hurt the tree. So what we're going to do, we're going to move. There's another last year tap over here. So we're going to go in between the two, and we're going to tap like right here. Let's see if we can't get another. Again, we have nice light colored and make sure when you're putting these on here that your hook is actually facing outward. Otherwise, you have to take it back apart. on my hook. Okay.
Are you taking some of the bark off?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit of the bark off of it. Let me see if I can on here.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get a pair of pliers, which I do not have out here. I think I can bring them. Weather's gonna have to wait just a little bit. Okay, so this is our maple tapping. Like I just showed you, be careful of how you do it. Sometimes the bark sticks out far enough that you can have some problems. We're going to get this one adjusted here in a few minutes, but we're not going to do that on video. So that's going to do it for today. Please subscribe. Follow us on our channel. And we've got other stuff on there that's really good. And hopefully we'll have some more video on the sap once it gets flowing. And we'll show you what this all looks like later on. So everybody have a good day. Stay warm.